My name is Ruth. Here the story is making headlines. US LGBT envoy says Africa is finally showing seeds of hope for LGBT equality. India encouraged to support lifting of gay ban, and Mexican Supreme Court clears way for same-sex marriages. Now the news in detail. US LGBT envoy says Africa is finally showing seeds of hope for LGBT equality. The US's first ever special envoy for LGBT rights has said there are seeds of hope for Southern African countries for sexual and gender minorities. The US envoy, Randy Berry, spoke after a 10-day visit to Malawi, Namibia, Botswana, and South Africa. He said, "I believe in all these countries there are seeds of hope with government representatives. I found them to be sensitive to the issues, wanting to engage clearly. After these consultations, I'm quite hopeful." He said, despite that homosexuality or gay sex is outlawed in many of Africa's 54 states, there was hope in the south of the continent. Barry was appointed as the first ever LGBTI rights envoy in February last year. India encouraged to support lifting of gay ban. Following the announcement that India's Supreme Court will consider lifting ban on gay sex, the Indian government has been encouraged to formally declare its support for the rights of LGBT people. On Tuesday, the court agreed to review the 2013 ruling upholding criminalization of homosexuality. The Human Rights Watch responded to the welcome news by calling on the Indian government to file an affidavit with the courts to set aside the sodomy law. The Supreme Court has provided real hope for LGBT people in India by agreeing to review the 2013 ruling that favored decriminalization over equal rights for all, commented South Asia's director at Human Rights Watch. In addition to criminalization, homosexuality is also a social taboo in India. Mexican Supreme Court clears way for same-sex marriage. From Mexico, the gays and lesbians can now marry in 6 of its 32 federal entities of the South American country, with the Mexican Supreme Court ruling unanimously that denying them the right to marry in some states is unconstitutional. With the ruling comes the likelihood that the Supreme Court will now side in favor of gays and lesbians in any Mexican state's ban on same-sex marriages brought before it going forward. This opens a path to marriage equality throughout Mexico. All Mexican states must recognize the legality of same-sex marriages performed in other states, whether or not their states perform same-sex marriages yet because of the prior Supreme Court ruling. Thank you for watching and have a blessed week.